Thank you for listening to GCN. Be sure to visit GCNlive.com today.
Okay, we're talking about fats and fatty vitamins and steroids and, well, basically we're talking about how the body breaks down in relationship to what we're putting inside it. I guess you could sum it up that way. How the body breaks down in terms of chronic degenerative disease based on what we put inside it. It should be just, it doesn't sound complicated. Our diseases, our illnesses, our ill health, and nobody can deny that the health of Americans is declining rapidly every year. We're behind Chile and Singapore and just tiny little backwater third world countries in terms of health. Yet we spend more money per capita than any other country in the world. We spend more for drugs. We spend more for insurance. We spend more for hospitalization, for devices, for diagnostics. We just spend a lot of money on health and on healthcare to the tune of somewhere around $1 trillion a year, and we're not getting better because the problem isn't outside us; it's inside us in terms of what we're doing to ourselves. That is such good news. I hope nobody's hearing that as a condemnation or indictment or judgment. It's good news. Because it means all we got to do is change that. Now, that's simple, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's easy because of conditioning. We're under a hypnotic trance, literally, because there's a lot of money to be made in perpetuating our lifestyle. There's cracker companies that need to sell us crackers. There's chip companies that need to sell us chips. There's burger companies that need to sell us burgers. There's drug companies that need to sell us drugs. So there's entrenched interest in keeping us hypnotized and conditioned into doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. We all know what that means, right? We're conditioned to believe, oh, you change your drug. Oh, you change your doctor. Oh, you change your medical protocol and you'll get better. It doesn't work that way. Chronic degenerative disease is ours. We own it. And it's all based on what I call the triangle of disease, which is this three-part model that describes better than anything I've ever heard. And I came up with it because I kept seeing the same thing over and over again. You know, when you see thousands, literally thousands upon thousands of patients as a pharmacist, as a formulator, as an educator, as a presenter, you start to see patterns. And so I started to see these patterns. I saw that everybody dealing with a chronic degenerative disease had a food problem, had a digestive problem. Everybody. And I saw they had blood sugar issues. And I put one and one together. And I saw that if all our chronic degenerative disease is preceded by the same things, well, maybe we've got a model here we could work with. And this is how I came up with the triangle of disease. I always laugh when somebody says, well, I got arthritis and I've got autoimmune issue, I got psoriasis, but my doctor says my blood sugar is normal. No, your blood sugar cannot be normal if you have some kind of health issue where the body's breaking down, by definition. Same with the digestive system and same with the thyroid. And the thyroid is connected to the adrenals. I call it the adrenal thyroid complex. And the thyroid regulates respiration. That's your main organ of breathing, or of respiration, I should say. And that's where the oxygen component comes in. So you can call it food and sugar and oxygen, or you can call it the triangle of disease. So how do you work with it? Well, you just work backwards. It's as simple as that. And by the way, I just did a video on the triangle of disease on criticalhealthnews.com if you're interested in I went a little bit in depth. Hopefully I didn't confuse anybody, but I went a little bit more in depth than I usually do. Bottom line here, folks, autoimmunity, Alzheimer's disease, atherosclerosis, cancer, whatever. You're dealing with three major points that are in our control. And the whole thing, the triangle of disease, all 3 points, their link to disease is mediated through the blood. And this is where dirty blood comes in. All of the reason the digestive system is so important and the reason why breakdown in the digestive system leads to disease is because crap gets in the blood. And I don't mean to be gross, but that's what it is. Peptides, small pieces of food, they leak into the blood. The reason blood sugar is such an issue or sugar is such an issue is because sugar is explosive. And when that gets into the blood, it wreaks all kinds of havoc. For the most of our lives, or at least the beginning of our lives, insulin takes care of that, but over time it doesn't any longer. So elevated blood sugar, it represents a toxin in the blood. And then the third point in the triangle of disease, or the third element of disease, is hypoxia, low blood oxygen. Everything depends on oxygen. Now, who controls our oxygen? Who controls our respiration? Who controls our sugar intake? Who controls our foods? Well, not the doctor. This is why I get mad at the model. Now, not at individuals, but at the model that would presume to take care of us, presume to know better than our bodies, presume to think that its strategies are better than the divine strategies that we're born with. And it's unfair. It really is unfair. Not of the individuals, but of the model. And it's anti-human being. Take-home message here is between dirty blood and the triangle of disease, we have control over our disease states. Doctors or drug companies love dirty blood. They make lots of money on dirty blood. Now you got a class action suit for Xarelto I just saw. Xarelto, the blood thinner. They love dirty blood because they can sell you blood thinners. Why do you think we get blood thinners after we have surgery? Everybody after surgery will get a blood thinner. Why? Because after you have a surgical procedure, your emergency response system kicks in big time, and one of the major manifestations of the emergency response system, the protective system, is clogged, sticky blood. And in the same way as a surgical procedure can initiate it, toxins leaking into the blood and sugar can do exactly the same thing. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll be back on the bright side right after this. Don't go away.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Are you tired of the cold this winter? Are you prepared for the next blizzard or snowstorm? What will you do when the power and heat go off? That could be our future. Fortress Clothing's Bug Out Bag with our head-to-toe solution is your one-step answer to survival in the cold. It doesn't expire, it doesn't go bad, it's lightweight and mobile, and it doesn't just sit on the shelf waiting for an emergency. You can use Fortress today. Be warm and comfortable if you or your family work in the cold. Be warm and comfortable while you play, hunt, fish, camp, ski, paraglide, go sledding with the family, or just shovel the walks. You will never be cold again. FortressClothing.com is the answer. Your emergency preparedness solution to the cold. Your solution to working or playing in the cold. Visit us at FortressClothing.com and enter RADIO. Buy now and receive your 20% off discount. You will never be cold again. FortressClothing.com. It could save your life one day.
Most of you know that heart disease is the #1 silent killer in the U.S. What if I told you for just $54.95 a month you could fight against heart disease naturally? At Heart and Body Extract, we've been helping thousands of people get back to a healthier heart. Don't just take my word for it. Check out all of the success stories at hbextract.com. Or to order, call 866-295-5305. That's 866-295-5305. hbextract.com. Don't risk it when you can take charge of it.
Removing bad taste and odor from your drinking water is easy. Removing the bad stuff you don't taste is what ProPure does best. Water the way nature meant it to be. Clean, crisp, and refreshing. See the complete line of ProPure countertop, inline, gravity, and household water filtration products. Visit your authorized ProPure dealer or ProPureUSA.com. That's ProPureUSA.com. Or call 800-544-3533.
It's about time something new came along for better selling and buying online. And I found it.
What now, Marge?
It's buysellmakeoffer.com.
Never heard of it.
It's a brand new company. That's why you've never heard of it. It's the newest and best way to sell any products online. I did all the research.
Sell my car?
Yes.
Our home?
Yep.
My golf bag?
Your golf clubs. All of them.
How about your purse collection hoard?
Hey, now.
You said any product.
Right. I did. We get 30 days free.
Really?
Packages starting from only $7.95. And buysellmakeoffer.com will never charge item fees ever. Never. And this is cool. Listen to this. You can even use Skype or video to show your items.
That's cool.
Yes. All we have to do is go to the website, sign up, and then load our stuff to sell. I love this site.
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. You got it?
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. Better selling, better buying.
So, this comes as a surprise to people when I say this, but we have a modern medical model that doesn't even pretend. It doesn't even pretend to be able to make us better. It wants to reduce our risks. It is a risk management system. Somehow we've come to believe that reducing our risks and reducing our numbers is somehow the equivalent of health. We have been convinced, conditioned, hypnotized, and tranced to believe that having a healthy heart is about having lower cholesterol scores, or that having a healthy thyroid is about having healthy thyroid scores, or that having good blood sugar control is about having blood sugar scores. This is not what health is about, you guys. This kind of mythology is perpetuated by people who sell us products that would purport to reduce risk. That's why you're taking your statin drug. Now, I can tell you, nobody can tell you exactly what's going to happen in terms of you having a heart attack or not when you take a statin drug, but they can tell you that based on statistics, you'll have a certain percentage less chance. Well, I could tell you that you're going to have a 100% chance of toxing out your body if you're on a statin drug. That's a guarantee. There ain't no guarantee you're going to protect yourself from heart disease, but what is guaranteed is your liver is going to be working overtime to try and purify that crap. And make no mistake about it, it is poison. So that's a 100% guarantee. And somehow we've come to believe that by lowering our cholesterol, we're going to be healthier by suppressing our cholesterol. Not lowering it, suppressing it. Somehow we've come to believe that by changing our numbers, we get healthy, to the point where there's a commercial, which we've talked about, where they say you're going to love your numbers. This artificial, fraudulent distinction could be called doctoring. That's really what doctoring is to pretend you're healthier, or to pretend we're making you healthier by giving you a drug or by changing your numbers. You're doctored into health. It's not real health, but we're encouraged to see health that way because there's moolah to be made in it. That's unfair. That's dirty pool, folks. But once again, we have responsibility. We have control. We can take advantage of real distinctions. We don't have to be conditioned. We don't have to be hypnotized. We can take advantage of real mechanisms for staying healthy. And that's really what this program is all about. That's what the Bright Side's all about. It's about things we can do in our home, in our kitchen, in our living room, in our bedrooms, in our bathtubs, to get healthier, to stay healthier in a way that a prescription drug, a doctor's strategy can't even touch. Now, if you need surgery because you have some kind of mechanical trauma or heart attack or whatever, that's different. I'm talking about chronic, long-term, day-to-day health care, which somehow or another has ended up in the offices of the modern medical model. So anyway, dirty blood. That's what this whole thing's about. Dirty blood. The triangle of disease is the triangle of disease. It's the root of all disease because this is where the blood becomes dirty. A, through the digestive system, through toxins that leak into the blood, through a leaky gut. It's called leaky gut syndrome. The technical name is intestinal permeability syndrome. And it's now known to be associated with almost every single health challenge you can name. And it all starts off right in that little tiny area in the middle of your belly. Not where your belly button is. That's not your stomach. That's your intestine. And that's where it all begins, the small intestine. Gut bacteria, probiotics. Unspeakably important. Not a day goes by on this program where we don't talk, at least either in calls or before our calls, about good bacteria. From the journal Science, this just came out yesterday. Right gut bacteria protects against malnutrition. How do you like that? Manipulating what kinds of bacteria in the gut leads to a new way to treat millions of children suffering chronic malnutrition, says new research. that suggests the right microbes can help get the most out of a poor diet. This is unbelievable. Check this out. Researchers took intestinal bacteria from babies in Malawi, an African country where malnutrition is a serious problem, and they fed them into mice. And by changing those gut microbes in mice, they found that the mice didn't have to eat more, but they got bigger and they got stronger. In other words, they got more use out of the nutrients they were getting. By tweaking the probiotics, by having the right probiotics, the right bacteria in your gut, your body has an ability to extract energy from food more efficiently. Remember, this is all about energy. Yes, it's dirty blood. Yes, it's the triangle of disease. Yes, it's bacteria. But really, when we talk about disease, we're talking about an energy problem. When we talk about inflammation, we're talking about a blockage of energy. When we talk about malnutrition, we're talking about a blockage of energy. When we're talking about hypoxia, we're talking about a blockage of energy. When we're talking about damage from sugar, we're talking about a blockage of energy. It's all about energy. The reason the digestive system is so critical is that's how energy is gathered up. That's how energy is accumulated. The reason the blood sugar system is so important because that's how energy is stored and released. The reason the thyroid adrenal complex is so important because that's how energy is partitioned, is distributed. It's all about energy. The more energy we can get from our food, the healthier we will be. And it all starts at the gut. It all starts at the gut level, and not the least of which, for many reasons, not the least of which is the reason that gut bacteria help us extract our nutrients from our food. Oh, well, guess what? From birth forward, we got problems with our gut bacteria. From birth forward. This is why it's the first point in the triangle of disease. And once you have problems with energy, getting energy from food, you're going to have problems storing and releasing energy. That's why the next step is the blood sugar system. And then once you have issues storing and releasing energy and issues gathering and accumulating energy, you're going to have issues partitioning it and directing it. And that's where the adrenal thyroid link comes in. Once energy is suppressed, toxicity is accumulated in the blood, sugar levels start to rise, stress hormones go up. This is how disease begins. Did I say doctor anywhere here? Is there a need for a drug anywhere here? Doctors, if you're listening, call me up. Tell me, where does this become a medical issue? I do not see how this has anything to do with the modern medical model, nor should it. This is so simple, you guys. Not easy necessarily, but simple. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. 844-236-6010 is our number. We do have a couple lines open for you. We'll get to your calls when we come back from our break. Got more good health information coming up right after this. Don't go away. From the journal Diabetes Care, intensive diabetes therapy cuts cardiovascular disease incidence by 30%. Oh, surprise, surprise. Heart disease is related to blood sugar? Intensive diabetes therapy has long-term beneficial effects on the incidence of cardiovascular disease and type 1 diabetes that persists for up to 30 years. That's type 1 diabetes. It's also going to be true for type 2 diabetes, of course. But we always hear about how nothing you can do about type 1 diabetes, right? Well, you can cut your risk by 30%. It can last for up to 30 years just by controlling your blood sugar. That's why blood sugar, dysglycemia, handling insulin, and insulin resistance is the second point on the triangle of disease. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. Let's go to Colin in Oklahoma City. What's up, Colin?
Hey, what's up, man? How you been?
Are you on the road?
I am.
What are you driving? Are you driving one of those big rigs, or what do you drive?
No, not yet. They're gonna swap me out on one because of the load I pull. I drive a 4500 truck right now with a 30-foot trailer.
And what's in it? What are you delivering?
A lot of auto parts, like
okay.
motors. Man, I even have like half of cars on here and everything.
And it's all local in Oklahoma, or are you traveling around?
No, it's all local in Oklahoma.
All right, cool. Well, your wife emailed me. She said that you're noticing differences and you're listening to us in the truck every day, and that's awesome. Appreciate it. What's going on? How can we help you?
Oh, I called yesterday because the farther out I am, I can't hear you on the radio because the AM band.
Okay.
Oh, man, have y'all thought about getting a call line for listeners who can't be on the internet or be on the computer like that and stuff.
Huh, that's interesting. Like a call line for just people listening on the radio, you mean?
Yeah, just to call in, and because just the number to call in and be able to listen to you, and just to listen.
Well, I hope the guys from the network are listening. Maybe they'll take it up under advisement. I'm just a little old pharmacist. I don't have anything.
Okay. Well, I hope they are too. I just wanted to tell you and all the listeners, I've been listening to you. Me and my wife, we have changed our diet. We are doing all the fats, and thank you for that bacon thing. We were talking about bacon the other day. I tried the Brussels sprout. We threw in a little bit of eggplant.
Nice.
And with some salt, some garlic pepper. And
man, you're making my mouth water here, bro.
Oh,
that's
man,
awesome.
I want some right now.
That's great.
I've been losing weight. My wife has lost a substantial amount of weight. And
that's
I
awesome.
have inflammation in my shoulders and an inflammation in my knees because I climb up and down on top of this trailer to strap car parts down. And before, it'd be tough. I'd be a little bit hurt. I was actually before I was actually having to take pain medication, and I stopped taking the pain medication, and my inflammation is gone.
Oh man, Colin, thank you so much. You just helped a lot of people with that. I appreciate you saying that. That's awesome. Awesome news. Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm trying to budget in for the Healthy Start Pack.
Yeah.
And because I'm still having a little bit of issues with. I want my liver to make sure and function properly. You know what I mean?
Just keep fructose, fruit sugar. Stay away from sugar, fruit sugar, and use all the sugar strategies, the sugar nutrient strategies: B vitamins, chromium, vanadium, selenium, sulfur, fiber, more water. There's lots of good ways to do it. But first and foremost, focus on sugar. And you're smart to do it now because the liver is where your testosterone is going to be cleared out and processed, not necessarily made, but cleared out and processed. So as you get older, you're going to get some benefits that way too. I got to move on, Colin. Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate everything.
Thank you.
Have a beautiful day. Thanks for the kind words and congratulations too. All right, Shauna in Idaho, what's up? Welcome to the bright side.
Hey,
Hey.
7 years ago, I cut my finger to the bone with a glass that the kids have had a grasshopper in, and I was excited that I could feel it by holding it.
Oh no! You squoze
I did that without putting anything in, and 2 weeks later, it broke out again, and I had a rash that went up my arm, down my left side, and then it settled in on my ankle.
Wow.
And then it's been 7 years, and it's just always itchy, and it just got really bad. I went to a skin person. And
you still have an itchy rash that hasn't gone away. All right.
Yeah. And he said it was eczema, and he put me on steroids for 3 months, and it went away. And then it came back, and then he said, "Well, we'll have to do a shot." And I said, "No way. I want to know what the root of the problem is." So I did a biopsy on it, and they said, because they were saying, well, I think it's a rare cancer.
No, come on.
And,
it's a rare cancer, they told you?
And then came back as impure blood. And so I'm going, okay, now it started me on my health, mission, and then I found you now that I've been listening. But I've gone 2 weeks now trying to be gluten-free. That's my problem, I don't do any soda, but I am a recovering sugarholic. So,
well, hang on here, Shauna. Shauna, you're a smart gal. You're going to figure this out. Here's what you got to do. You got to look for flare-ups. All right? Your skin flares up periodically, correct? Gets worse.
Usually always either on fire, deep pain, or sometimes bad pain.
Okay, whatever it is, what your major point of data is going to be when it gets worse, when you have a change in your condition. The change in your condition is what you're looking for. Actually, even if it gets better, but you're looking for a change. Do you follow me, Shauna?
Right. And
hang on. This is an important point. Okay? If you've had this for 7 years, then with all due respect, I don't mean to be mean, you got to be in listening mode. All right? You've had a condition for 7 years you shouldn't have. So you got to be listening. All right? Changes are your friend. What you got to do when you have a change is you want to link that change to something you're doing, and that's usually going to mean food. The skin is intimately enmeshed with the digestive system. The way you describe the movement of that rash tells me that it's in your circulation, it's in the lymph, and the lymph becomes polluted through the digestive tract in a chronic fashion. There's an opening into the lymphatic system right in your intestine. And now it's also probably dirty blood also. The lymph and the blood are basically part of the same system. So you got to see what's getting into your blood. You can't do anything about what happened 7 years ago. That's 7 years ago.
Right, right.
But the skin is very responsive. It changes and it heals. It's incredibly resilient, intelligent, and healing. And it's not only going to be
was doing that, and then for like 3 days, because I cut off all the sugar, I cut the gluten, and I was like, whoa, this is doing good. But then it flared up again.
Well, let me explain that to you. This is a big misunderstanding, and it's unfortunate, and almost everybody has it. And I'm trying to help clear this thing up, but it's tough because it's just in the culture. When I first started talking about gluten 20 years ago, nobody knew what it was. They thought I was crazy. And now everybody knows about it. But the problem is it's more than gluten. Gluten is one of 1,000 different elements you can react to in a gluten-like fashion. So when you go gluten-free, that doesn't mean you're out of the woods. In fact, I don't even like to say gluten-free. The phrase is so misleading and leads to so much misunderstanding. So, for example, with Shauna, and for the listeners, Shauna, you go gluten-free, right? And then you're saying, well, I flared up, but I'm gluten-free, because there's a million other things you could be reacting to. Okay, not a million, but 1,000. Hang on, Shauna. Don't go away, and we'll finish up, okay? Because it's very important. You're on the right track, though. You're doing a great job. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back right after this. Don't go away. Okay, we are back on The Bright Side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. I'm talking to Shauna in Idaho. Hey, are you there, Shauna?
Yes.
Shauna, during the break, I opened up my phone and looked at my text messages. Is that you?
Yes.
Oh, Shauna, that ain't no rash. Holy moly. That's a serious issue, my dear. This is what your leg looks like now?
Well, the one from today was the last one I did.
All right, for the listeners, it's swollen, it's purple, and it's got a lot of dry, dead skin on the surface. That's a circulatory condition, sweetheart. That's absolutely 100% in your blood. It's a major, major dirty blood issue, and not good at all. You got to do something about this.
Yes.
The reason, and also it's swollen, it's puffy. That could have something. That's also circulatory inflammation. It looks like it's going on for a while. Here's what you need to do.
7 years, yeah.
It's in your blood and it's in your lymph. Period. End of story. Okay? Period. End of story. How do you deal with the blood and the lymph? Number one, it's everything we talked about. Number one, you got to get to the root of your digestive issue. Gluten is just one of a trillion things it could be. I'm exaggerating, but a lot of different things. Do a food diary. I'd be fasting right away if I were you. This is something you want to take care of like today. If you're not doing fermented food and probiotics, when you start your eating again, your main source of nutrition should be vegetables, fermented foods, veggie juices. You got to stay away from anything that's got an ingredient deck on it or a long ingredient deck on it. I mean, this is not to be messed around with.
I usually have anyways, been doing that way.
So you got to get the eating thing under control. Something's getting into your blood chronically. And then the next thing is going to be the blood sugar thing. By the looks of it, it looks like you got a blood sugar issue on top of everything else. And that means all the diabetes stuff, the B vitamins, the Beyond Tangerine, chromium and vanadium, the sweeties, omega fats, restricting your sugars. There's lots of different things, but those are the two places I would be focusing on, and I wouldn't be wasting a moment, not a moment. That looks very dramatic, Shauna. I got to motivate, sweetheart. Thank you so much for your call. Appreciate it. I hope we helped you out. Okay, take care. Okay, bye-bye. All right, let's go to, oh my goodness, Teresa's been hanging on forever here. I'm sorry, Teresa. What's up? Thanks for holding.
Hi, Ben.
Hey, what's cooking?
Yeah, I have a friend that has, my daughter's friend that has candida severely, and she's in college. She's in a Bible college, and she's having a hard time even functioning because of the candida. And
candida equals sugar. Candida is a sugar problem. Candida feeds on sugar. Now, in addition to the sugar issue, the candida feeds on sugar. The candida overgrow in the first place, partially because of bacterial probiotic issues in the gut. So, surprise, surprise. Number one, focus on gut health. That means probiotics. The good bacteria will balance out the yeast. Does that make sense? They live in this kind of balanced relationship. When one dies, the other overgrow. If you can do bottled water, chlorine-free water, that'll be helpful. Also, fermented foods and probiotics to restore the environment of the gut so the probiotics can live and thrive. Nitrogen is extremely important for digestive health. That's your veggies, celery juice, spinach, cabbage. Cabbage juice is especially helpful for the digestive system, by the way. Veggie juices are her best friend. After she does her veggie juice, she might want to swig on a little apple cider vinegar. That can also help restore the gut environment. Sugar is the mortal enemy. For anybody who has candida issues, sugar is your mortal enemy. And I mean mortal like it'll kill you. So keeping your sugar intake down is extremely important. In fact, she'll feel better almost right away if she goes on the ketogenic diet. If she's got brain fog issues and she's tired, that kind of thing, which can happen with candida, the ketogenic diet is almost immediate in its benefits. The ketogenic diet is going to be coconut oil, butter, good fats, avocado, eggs, and protein. I don't like high protein, but a lot of protein. I don't like the term high protein, but a lot of protein, especially branched chain amino acids, which are very filling. You'll get those in whey protein and animal protein. And then keeping her sugar intake down to a minimum is important, but that also means potatoes and French fries and disguised places where there's sugar, ketchup and mustard, and then also using nutrients that help her body process sugar, B vitamins especially. Now, you should also know that coconut oil contains something that kills candida, so making sure she's doing a little bit of coconut oil, just not, just medicinally, like a teaspoonful as medicine, that can also have an anti-candida effect. So you're going to focus on digestive health, primarily the microbiome, the gut bacteria, and then blood sugar, and then also the ketogenic diet, and use a little coconut oil. And don't forget your Beyond Tangy Tangerine. The B vitamins are especially important for sugar control. All right, I'm going to motivate Teresa, unless you have anything else.
No, I just want to thank you for that. I am a longevity distributor, so that helps me to help her. Also, what do you tell people that have intense sugar cravings? How do they?
Protein, fat. Protein and fat are your two best sources of anti-sugar foods or nutrients. More fiber. Begin your meals off with fiber. Use or steam veggies. Steaming veggies releases sugar, so you'll get a little sugar buzz from your onions or your broccoli when you steam them, and that's still sugar, but at least you get all the veggie nutrients with it. And then I love glutamine powder as a anti-sugar supplement, if you will. And glutamine can also have its own health benefits. Maybe a teaspoon of glutamine powder or half a teaspoon of glutamine powder every day. Those are all great ways to...
longevity, the glutamine powder?
No. The closest you'll get in longevity for sugar is the Sweeties and the Beyond Tangy, which are both very good. But they're more for helping you process sugar.
Okay.
Okay?
Wonderful. Thank you
Thank you so much.
I
Also the selenium, ultimate selenium. Forgot about that. That's also good for sure. Okay, good. I got to go, Teresa. Thank you. You too. Bye-bye. Okay, Jasmine in Wyoming. What's up? Welcome to the bright side, Jasmine.
Hey, Ben.
Hey.
Hey, I have a friend who has a Bartholin cyst, and I'm just wondering, it sounds like it's become an abscess, and she was put on antibiotics for it. How can you cure that infection?
What kind of cyst? I didn't hear what kind of cyst you said.
A Bartholin cyst? It's like a cyst in the groin.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. I hadn't heard it said. I hadn't heard it.
Bartholin? I don't know how to say it.
No, it's called a Bartholin cyst. I know what you're talking about. A groin cyst. What system runs, actually pools in your groin? Do you know what system in the body?
Well, I think it's the lymph.
Oh, bingo. That's awesome. How did you know that?
I tried doing some research for her, but I'm still stuck. There's so many.
Your lymph is pooled in the groin area. Whenever you have a cyst in the groin, and you can have it anywhere, and I mean anywhere, you have it in the weirdest places in your groin area, and use your imagination. And it's all because the lymph pools in that area. Whenever you have a cyst, the first thing you want to think about is the lymph. The lymph is the circulatory system for poisons, as well as for some nutrients too. But it's you want to think of it as part of the blood system. When we say circulation, we talk about the combination of lymph and blood. We talk about the blood, but it's really kind of one system. The lymph is where poisons are transported out of the body. And in certain areas of the body, the lymph will tend to pool, like in the neck area, the lymph will tend to pool. In the groin area, the lymph will tend to pool. In the shoulder area, the lower shoulder area, there's lymphatic pooling. So whenever you have a cyst that's appearing in an area where you have a pooling of lymph, focus on the lymph. That means the food. If your friend fasts, and she should start to notice some relief. So fasting, do a Swear-V cleanse, do a bentonite clay. That can help clean out the circulatory system. Using more fatty nutrients, actually the Healthy Start Pack in general, but probiotics and fatty nutrients because the lymph transports fatty material. So things that help you process fats can be helpful. Basically, you're looking at a lymphatic issue, and of course, movement is also very important for circulating the lymph. But none of that even comes close to the food issue.
Okay. Because, the doctor said that she'd have to go in for a surgical procedure if she can't get it.
That's what they do, and I'm not saying yay or nay. I don't know her case, but if it was me, I'd be focusing on the food first. Look for food allergies, look for food intolerances, food that cause constipation can be, that's a red flag. Foods that cause loose stools also, but constipation is really the big problem when you have a lymphatic blockage.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
Thanks, Jasmine. Take care. All right. Let's see. Go to Anita in Kansas City. What's up, Anita?
Hey. Hi, Ben.
Hey,
I was
good morning.
Diagnosed with erythema nodosum, which I guess means
dirty blood
on your legs.
It means dirty blood.
Dirty blood.
Yes, same deal. Describe the condition, though.
Well, I started out getting some lumps. Looks like just little red lumps on my legs.
Lumps are they fully raised lumps like nodules?
Yeah, and they kind of morphed into one large area. There were some above my knees and on my calves, and
classic sign of dirty blood. Classic sign of dirty blood. It's a vascular. They call it vascular. It's a classification of illnesses called vasculitis, which means dirty blood. Vascular means the vascular system, the circulatory system. Itis means inflammation. Dirty blood. So once again,
clay, and I've been doing clay.
That'll help. But I'd be more concerned about what's getting. I'd be more concerned about what's getting into your blood, and that always means the food condition. Don't forget probiotics. The food situation. Don't forget probiotics too. Digestive enzymes can help also, especially with when you have a combination of dirty blood and a digestive problem. All right, I got to motivate. That's all the time we have for today. I'm sorry. All right, guys, thanks for listening. We'll be back at you Monday with more good health information on the bright side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Have a wonderful, beautiful, spectacular day. Bye for now.
Registered pharmacist Ben Fuchs understands the importance of supplementing with glucosamine and chondroitin for optimal health and vitality. That's why he recommends Glucogel from Youngevity.
Get on the Glucogel caps from Youngevity. They're a great way to treat arthritis and any kind of joint issues. And oh, by the way, glucosamine is great for helping support the vascular system, the blood vessel system too. So you'll get multiple benefits from the Glucogel caps. You'll be able to treat your arthritis and joints as well as the circulatory system. And also the Glucogel caps can help prevent wrinkles. The Glucogel caps support collagen synthesis.
Take Pharmacist Ben's advice and support your joint, circulatory system, and skin health by ordering Glucogel from Youngevity. Call 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470 or on the web at brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com. Order today.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business, so make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-831-0771 now. That's 800-831-0771 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-831-0771 to learn more. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Or visit ReputationDefender.com.
We use mobile devices right against our bodies every day, but growing scientific evidence has emerged showing serious health risks associated with exposure to EMF radiation emitted from these devices. The solution is Defender Shield, the most effective mobile radiation shielding ever developed. Defender Shield blocks virtually 100% of EMF radiation from cell phones, tablets, and laptops, and starts at just $64.99. Buy now at DefenderShield.com. For 10% off, use promo code GCN. DefenderShield.com, the worldwide leader in mobile radiation shielding.
It's about time something new came along for better selling and buying online. And I found it.
What now, Marge?
It's buysellmakeoffer.com.
Never heard of it.
It's a brand new company. That's why you've never heard of it. It's the newest and best way to sell any products online. I did all the research.
Sell my car?
Yes.
Our home?
Yep.
My golf bag?
Your golf clubs. All of them.
How about your purse collection hoard?
Hey, now.
You said any product.
Right. I did. We get 30 days free.
Really?
Packages starting from only $7.95. And buysellmakeoffer.com will never charge item fees ever. Never. And this is cool. Listen to this. You can even use Skype or video to show your items.
That's cool.
Yes. All we have to do is go to the website, sign up, and then load our stuff to sell. I love this site.
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. You got it?
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. Better selling, better buying.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
Pharmacist Ben Fuchs has learned the importance of good fats for good health. Good fats are essential fatty acids, and they're called essential because they're necessary for good health. That's why he uses Ultimate EFAs from Longevity.
Among the fats, the most powerful are two fats that are referred to as essential fatty acids. Now, nothing in the world of nutrition is more important than essential fatty acids. The word essential means you better get it in your diet or you're in big trouble. Essential fatty acids are perhaps the most multifunctional and versatile of all the essential nutrients. Essential fatty acids are not just important for the heart, they're important for everything in the body.
To get the essential fatty acids that are so important to your body, order Ultimate EFAs from Longevity by calling 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. Or on the web at brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com. Order today.
Serious investors and traders want to make 81% return in 60 seconds? Use the same secret algorithm professional hedge fund managers use to make billions of dollars of profits. Turn $250 into $4,903 in just 7 clicks of a mouse. Our tool is so simple that my 82-year-old grandmother can use it to make insane stock market profits. Go to BigBuckRiches.com. Watch the free video before the hedge funds make us take it down. Go to BigBuckRiches.com. From the Robert Allen System, current returns not indicative of future results.
Water is the single most important thing your body needs, so you want to be sure it's the best for you and your family. Since 2005, thousands have depended on Berkey purified water. The Berkey Guy provides the lowest priced filtration systems in every size. For incredibly delicious water now and in an emergency, get to GoBerkey.com or call 877-886-3653. 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com.
Attention citizens. This man has received national attention for accurately predicting every major financial trend, including the market crash of 2008. His name is Harry Dent. And in his newly released book, he is making even bigger and bolder predictions that have the potential to devastate the world economy and your personal wealth. You can get a free copy of Harry Dent's bestseller, The Demographic Cliff, containing never-before-published information by simply visiting www.harrydentresearch.com. Again, that's www.harrydentresearch.com.
This is a healthcare alert from the Pain Relief Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You don't have to suffer any longer. You can immediately qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you by calling our 24/7 Pain Relief Hotline at 866-389-0620. Delivery is free and all paperwork is handled for you. If you are on Medicare and have knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain, don't wait. You can qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost by calling our 24/7 pain hotline now at 866-389-0620. Our representatives are standing by 24/7 to take your call and rush you your pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you. Shipping is free and all paperwork is handled for you. Just call 866-389-0620. That's 866-389-0620. Again, 866-389-0620.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
Are you sneezing, coughing, and aching? Do you have a sore throat, a fever, or the sniffles? There's no reason to be sick this cold and flu season with immune system support from Supernatural Silver. Supernatural Silver can give your body the help it needs to fight off harmful pathogens without hurting beneficial gut flora and without leaving behind resistant bacteria. Antibiotics can damage good microflora and often leave behind bacteria which can cause problems later on. If you're sick of being sick, try Supernatural Silver. Supernatural Silver, the #1 choice of thousands for a safe and effective way to protect against the many diseases and illnesses that we are facing today. Go to supernaturalsilver.com, read our customer reviews, and see the life-changing results that people are having. That's supernaturalsilver.com. Supernaturalsilver.com. Use the promo code PROTECTED for 20% off your entire order. And like us on Facebook. Supernatural Silver.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't pick on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Hello, my name is Don Wiskin from HeartDrop.com, the distributors of Extendivite, the #1 heart drop that people have been raving about for years. Every February for the last 16 years, HeartDrop.com has had a Heart Month sale to help you stay heart healthy. For only $115 plus shipping and handling, you can get a 4-month supply of Extendivite in either liquid or capsule form to help you get started on your path to better health. Now is the time to stock up. Order what you need. Stay heart healthy all year with the #1 heart drop, Extendivite. To order your Extendivite, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822. Or visit our website, heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.